Hello everyone, how good of you to join, and welcome back to a very dire situation where we are finding ourselves in from the last episode. We have a trust issue. It's really tanking at the moment, 8% per cycle. That means in less than 5 cycles we are actually out of business. And that means the game is over once this one reaches 0. Of course, we do have a very angry mob at the moment at the station. And I was actually thinking around quite a bit how we can solve this. First problem is, of course, that we have a lot of negative impacts now from the missions that I can't change anymore. So discouraging results from 2 planet colonizations, for example, gives me -1 right away. We have 200 injured crew members. We had 200 injured crew members, gives me -1 as well on top of that. And these are just permanent. I can't get rid of them anymore. How can we do this? Propaganda is also on cooldown. So there's really not that much I can do. The only thing is pumping out trust buildings. And we do have a very interesting one here that is called the Legislative Strengthening Center. Provides 2 stability whilst the stability of a sector is below 0. This is actually really powerful. So whenever we are below 0, we are at -3 here, for example, and we are at -4 in that sector, we do get 2 stability right on way. So let's build 2 of them in sector 6, where we have very low trust ratings at this point. Let's go ahead and have it like this. And I would like to build a second one right away also here in sector 5, where we have huge trust issues on top of everything. And I think we can just also have it here along the main road. Oh, wait a second, this is not the main road. The main road is something like that, and then we're going to have this building right here. Right, so it's not looking pretty, but it's hopefully getting the job done. Let's unpause the game. The alternative life center is being finished as we speak. And we are still declining there. Hull at least is up, and my energy is also full, so we don't need to worry about that much, right? Food is fine, alloys is fine, polymers is fine too. The only real thing here is the trust issues. Let's just also check up my propaganda, because one of them should be getting off cooldown. In sector 1 we do have off cooldown soon, and in sector 2. So these I will also need to check there. While this is all being built, we really can't lose time at the moment. I do need to switch my mining to ice for the moment. We have still 200 iron left, and now I can switch it to 2 of them getting the ice in that we need and that we mine as well, right? So that's pretty important there. Alright, the electronics have been delivered. It's just the alloys now. It's taking a bit of time. And I'm putting both of them to high priority. Hopefully we get everything in on time. Look at that. We are at 0.7 now. Life center has been finished. The injured rate is going down. This is also increasing my trust there a bit, but we're at 8%. Sector 5 is still horrible at the moment. There's also a strike now. And the corpse field, of course, is really hurting us there a bit. Oh, of course, strikes in the stability buildings is the worst. There's an event here. I'm not going to click on that. I'm really afraid of these events. Even though there is a timer running down, right? I will have to do this. Riots have broken out. Thank you very much. I can see that.
Administrator, you can implement a new policy.
There's a new policy available now. I can do this, the food increase. However, of course, this comes at a cost. Higher food consumption. For that, I will need to do something else real quick. We are having a full food storage in Sector 6. We are producing all of this, right? So there's actually a culprit here. And I do need to change my resource management a bit. So in Sector 1, we are going to say now minimum of 100, please. The same for Sector 2. So basically, we are now distributing more food across the station, which is going to be the important thing. In Sector 6, where we do produce it, let's actually keep it at 50, right? So there we always should make sure that we get rid of it, save for the bare minimum that we need to feed the workers in here. So this will now distribute more food to the other sectors, thus allowing me to store more food in total, up to 600. I could build more storages. Storages require space though. Something I don't really have. Alright, should I go for the food boost? Let's wait for these 2 here to finish. That one is finished. Gives me now still -1, unfortunately. There is no more propaganda that I could do here. This one is also coming along now. And we're getting to neutral at least. This is still not enough. We're still looking at 0.4 trust reduction per cycle. There's no strike in any building right now. I can only assume that the health problem that we have in Sector 1 is the cause of it. Still, we need to get this positive. So I will at least need to have one food propaganda working for us to improve the stability. There it is. 0.4 it is now. It's slight. It's very, very small, but it's still an increase. And of course, once we leave the system, we should at least lose the corpse floating around the station penalty. Even though I don't know what's in the next system, of course. So that might be another problem then. So this is why I would rather wait for a bit of more trust to come in, to be honest, to have a bit of a buffer. The same goes with my resources. So alloys, very important. Ice is the most important thing that we can get up there. Alright. Alright, we do also have another year being finished. Alright, trust is actually going up again, way faster now at 4.5%, so people are recovering a bit. Oh, we also lost the stability thing with the... No, there it is again. Corpse floating. It's replenishing every 5 cycles. And with that, we do have the 0.4 again only. And as we can see, food is really now close to 600. There is now a bit of a downside, or going down again, because of course it's being consumed, but we can store up to 600 now. Very good. I think really we should jump, to be honest. Let's make the jump. Everything is really set. We have enough alloys to survive a bit. We also have a bit more ice here and water to survive a bit longer. And it's not going up anyway anymore, so... Let's go ahead, click on the engine and power it up. With that, we have finished that chapter that was pretty long. And let's have all the ships return first, of course, before we start up the system.
IXION engine ready.
Can I wait? Yeah, I can wait there. So, what happened?
Roll jump complete. Running preliminary diagnostics. Expected irreversible damage to the Tiqqun detected. Calculations indicate the system's PULSAR is dormant. Sensors have located the Piranesi, currently powered down. You must find a way to retrieve the Remus coordinates from it. Act with extreme caution, Administrator.
I always do. There we are once again, walking into the Lion's Den. And yeah, well, once again, we find ourselves in a system with a huge cloud. There is a pulsar in the center, really interesting. Already has some research points for us. Let's actually go for it right away. Piranesi, search for the Piranesi, train 150 colonists, locate a viable planet. We should actually be able to train quite a few colonists at this point. Let's start the training process immediately. And also activate... Oh, wait a second. Research I can actually put down, right? Yep. Activate our probe launcher again. And this will make it possible once more to get us the probes out. And holy cow, do we need to hurry up with that, right? We have high demand right now for any kind of thing. So ice and iron would be my first priority. There's some ice really close by, it seems. silicon a lot close by. I don't need that. Not for the moment. Oh. There's ice. There's ice. Let's find it. And we are also in the orbit of a planet, which is not looking that friendly, to be honest. That's not a planet I would like to step foot on. I mean, my colonists can do the trick, but I will not do it. Alright. Yeah, we're still living on a bit of ice now. And alloys that we have. So we do have a bit of room here now to maneuver. Trust is now going up again. We are out of the Sea of Corpses. Right? So I do have actually a happy population now in most sectors. From finally also getting rid of this penalty again. Oh yes. Let's start with the ice mining right away. And we're building that next probe, right? Yeah, it's being constructed at the moment. What is that? A missile countermeasure we can also build.
An accident has occurred in the
Let's send the probe out once more. It's looking like a very hostile environment here, to be honest. Over there we should find some iron. And my science ship in the meantime is researching that PULSAR that we have, collecting us some science points. We could actually do some research again. I'm not doing this though yet, because I don't know what priorities we'll have for the things to come. And as we can see, mining has also started up once more. So my mining ship is already mining the resources, and the cargo ships are getting it then back home. Let's send the science ship to the planet where we are right now. And there is also some iron here, perfect, as expected. By the way, my hull integrity is now really low there, as we can see. Close to the... So the threshold is almost at 50%. That means we can only repair it up to, I think, 60% at this point. Yeah, we don't have that much buffer anymore for errors if I do them. Of course I do errors all the time. We have resources in the cloud. I don't want to go in the cloud though yet. There is more iron over there and carbon. Let's find it out. And research-wise, I think even with 2 EVA airlocks at this point, I cannot fully repair the hull anymore. So I will need to work on something here. Construction speed is increased in the EVA airlock. That is not something I need really. So yeah, we can also not research any further upgrades. I will probably need to build another one, to be honest, which is going to hurt. Alright, more iron, perfect. Can I switch already? Nah, not at this point. Probably will need to build a second mining ship at this point. We don't have the space really. Oh, another docking bay. Most likely also necessary. EVA airlock and docking bay 60. We could use both of them in sector 5. Let's also have a look at that event here. We have landed on 12AH, a planet with intense geological activity. Fissures expel gas into the atmosphere and canyons run deep across the planet's surface. We have located a stable area where we should be able to study the phenomena. It would cost me some electronics and some alloys. Let's establish the infrastructure. It's not that expensive, and I would like to do this. We do have one cargo ship on standby. Let's get the resources over. That should be easily doable at this point. We have plenty of ice in at the moment, so let's have a bit of iron mining. Really important, as we also have lots of constructions going on now. Oh, come on, it's -1 only. Can we not kind of like push it over the edge there? It's a shame, really. Since trust is looking quite good again, I would like to reduce my food propaganda at least to normal consumption. Pretty important, because I really don't want to stress my food supply. Even though it's looking perfect right now, of course, it could still be a tipping the point too quickly. I think I only had it active in Sector 1 though. And infrastructure established. We get some 100 points out of that. And concerted gas expulsion were the course. We carried out standard suit integrity tests. No breaches were found. Later, while we were submitting our results, we see leaving the research site Ackerman and locate him. What's going on with him? Why is Ackerman leaving? 100 points, that's perfect. We could actually continue now with the researching again. The 12 points we can afford. Barely. And there is actually something here. That's a nuclear power plant that is pretty interesting, because The panels is getting just really ridiculous expensive, and we just need hydrogen. We would need to find that in addition, but then we could get a lot of additional power out of that. We could also just have another minor solar power panel production increase. I think with 35 research points we can risk this. Let's go ahead and do this. And what's up with Ackerman? The reports from the sensitive team have become inconsistent, indicating a psychological instability. According to their most recent transmission, the team is following the tracks of Ackerman towards the house. Alright, enter the house. Takes me 3 cycles to enter the house. Must be very sturdy. Can we, by the way, see the pulsar? Oh, yes. Really nice. We are completing a research for the power, so that's at least, yeah, 11 more power. We can use this for sure. There is another research I would like to go with right away, the steel mill. So this one is now 13 iron produces 15 alloys, so we're boosting our output of what we can do. And panel purification is probably the next in line, just that we get this up there, because we will soon need more alloys with another EVA airlock then. Other than that, I think it's looking rather good. Lots of ice we have at the moment, lots of food we have. And the mining ship crew has upgraded, so they're more experienced now and can mine faster. That's going to be pretty good for us. Trust is, by the way, at 100% again. I'm very happy to see that. And as we can see, there's lots of iron now coming in, so faster than my cargo ships could do. There's nothing else, though, at the moment to do for them. So a second mining ship would have been amazing at this point. But I'm not going to tone down on the cargo ships. We're just going to build another mining ship soon. Alright, comms contact with the sensitives team has been lost for a short time. We were still receiving mission reports. The house is much bigger on the inside than it is on the outside. Has no interior light source and contains a series of mazes. The last report speaks of thumping sounds being heard. Shortly after this was received, the crew's suit signals were turned off. Awesome. And yeah, we lost all 5 people and we need to return. At least, while repatriating of the sensitive was being initiated, Ackerman contacted the Tiqqun with the ship's comms. They have returned and are in possession of a strange, translucent and gelatinous sample. After rapid analysis, it is composed of unknown particles held together by tachyons. Ackerman appears to be extremely disoriented and needs medical assistance. Alright, and where's the crew? That's the strange thing. Alright, the ship goes back to Tiqqun. We are going to restaff them. I'm sure we find lots of people that want to join. There it is. And let's collect the stat. 112 science points. That's just very juicy. We have researched. I would like to go ahead with the panel purification right away on top of that to boost our alloy output. Look at that. Hull integrity is actually going up at the moment. Oh, it's going down again. We have a fire. Of course, this is always hurting. Why was it up there for a second, though? There it's up again. Why? Ah, working hour policy could improve that. Let's check it out there. Building operations require less workers because we have a... Oh no, we have the extra hour condition active right now. If I get more workers in... Yeah, with a small deficit, we should get a few more workers into Sector 1, I think. Let's have a look at that. In Sector 5, we have way too many workers. So we could get us at least... Let's make it 40. No, let's make it 26. Because that's as much housing as we have from Sector 5 to Sector 1. And it's only going to be workers. And how's it looking with my training? We can train the next 15 colonists. Let's also do this. Just need some electronics there, really. And the next research has been finished, so we are now producing even more alloys than before. It's very tempting with the 120 science points that we have to also go into the fusion station once more and boost our ice output, right? With that, we can get even more water out of the ice, which adds general food stability. I think this is really good. I wouldn't...
You can implement
new policies. Oh, cargo ships can store 20% more resources would also be nice. And 10% more resource. So many choices here at the moment. I think the water-wise we are fine, right? And since we have the alloys and I think also the electricity, another docking bay. Oh, that's just 2 more electricity we would need. I will need to shut something down at least. The tech lab after we have finished researching. Or actually I'm shutting it down now and we are going to build another docking bay. It's just really important that we do this. Space-wise though, Sector 1 is really stuffed, right? There's nothing else that I could do here. And I will just get it to, yeah, probably Sector 5, since those people are pretty bored at the moment anyway. And we can provide them at least with something to do. And that is a docking area, docking bay. However, of course, infrastructure for docking bay is quite extensive. We will need some stockpiles for this one too. But look at that, we already have that stockpile alley there, let's call it like that. So let's have the docking bay. What a massive building. In this area. And then we can add some more stockpiles here, right? So alloys we already have. And then we just add a few more that will then provide the different needs that come in. Like, yeah, ice, for example. Could also focus one of them on silicon. But let's build it first. Okay, ice is now plentiful again. Iron is plentiful. Let's switch to silicon mining to get us more electronics in. And then probably also some more polymer production. Another planet we found. Just a gas giant once more. And we should not forget about training more colonists. I'm pretty sure we're going to get that option again to establish one. And I really want to be fully able this time to get this one done. We have arrived. Alright, we would need some electronics and some polymers to launch an autonomous analysis drone. Or we set up measuring devices. This would cost me alloys. I think this is the better choice. We have descended into the upper atmosphere of 12G, updrafts and downdrafts of ionized hydrogen from purple shaded tornadoes and immense green cumulonimbus clouds. A grouping of tornadoes surround the circle of a massive cyclone. And we could, yeah, observe this. There's definitely only some research points behind this, but that would be still fine for us. Yeah, let's go with the most expensive one, I think. So one of them is probably not doing something here right now. And this one will then be able to get the resources over to this site that we want. Silicon mining is now in full swing. So my cargo ships are already getting silicon in as well for us to get more electronics once more. Another probe. Check it out. I'm pretty sure the storm here is going to move at some point. So we should hurry up a bit with all of that. There would be more ice and hydrogen. Let's just get it here. We have all the other resources at the moment now in quantities. And the docking bay has been finished. I do need to have polymers here for Sector 5 now. Polymers. Let's set a minimum of 30. This is getting moved over now. And with that, we can finally start building us another ship. Another mining ship for sure. And then we have 2 more slots. Probably for more cargo ships again. I think one science ship is really fine for the moment. Alright, this is now working. It's going to take a while. There's the transport already coming for the polymers. And this is then getting right over here for the next ship construction. Very good. The next ship is ready. Abdominalis. Is there any easier name, please? Let's get some carbon in now, because we do need more polymers for sure. And now business is booming once more, as cargo ships are transporting things back and forth. I think also, yep, all the resources are on the planet for researching. And we now happily move over here more and resources than ever. And by the way, now it makes it also possible for us to get the hydrogen mining up. And with that then probably also a hydrogen power plant that we're going to need. Because yeah, electricity is crazy. If I just check my costs here, it's 250 polymers now for one of them. That's just insane for only a bit of additional electricity. I don't think that this is really worth it long term wise. So we will have to go into hydrogen mining now at some now, to be honest. So far so good. We established our base now in the new system with a beautiful view. And we continue onwards here then, once more resources are in. And then, of course, we need to find the Piranesi. Stay tuned.